Hey, greetings everyone from our home to yours. Happy Sunday. Hope that this finds you safe and well. Today we are continuing our journey to find the breadcrumbs of Jesus throughout the Bible. And today our journey to find those breadcrumbs takes us to 1 Samuel chapter 16 verses 1 through 13. Our breadcrumbs actually are found in 1st and 2nd Samuel throughout that book. So the time of the judges that we talked about last week have come to an end. Samuel is growing old, and so he appoints his sons as judges over Israel. That's in 1 Samuel 8. However, they were unfortunately corrupt, and the Bible states that they perverted justice. So the nation of Israel, tired of this perverted justice and tired of the corruption, goes to Samuel and says that they want a king. They did not want judges because the judges were quote unquote of God, and they wanted a king that would rule them. They no longer wanted to be a theocracy. They wanted to subject themselves to a king. So through a process, Saul is anointed as king, and that went okay for a little while, but Saul failed as a leader. And so God sent Samuel to find a replacement or a new king. So Samuel went to Bethlehem, hint, and met up with a man named Jesse. And Jesse showed all of his sons to Samuel with the hopes that one of them would be the king. However, it was the youngest, the one that was out tending the sheep, the shepherd whom God calls to be king, which surprised everyone. In fact, no one thought that this unremarkable boy should be king. So we know this young shepherd boy as the boy who killed the giant, and he becomes king, and his name is David. So not only will David and Jesus be related, there are many things in their lives that are similar, which makes this a breadcrumb, which once I point these out, they're pretty obvious. And so lots of similarities that I don't think are coincidence. So here they are. Both were descendants of Abraham and of the tribe of Judah. Both were born in Bethlehem. Both served as shepherds in different ways. Both experienced a confrontation in the wilderness. David, it was the lion and the bear, and Jesus was Satan. Both became king or were to become king. Both died in Jerusalem. Both loved their people, but the people rejected both. Both were betrayed by someone close to them. David was betrayed by Ahithophel and Jesus by Judas. David was misrepresented by Absalom, and the Sanhedrin misrepresented Jesus. David was a man after God's own heart. Jesus was God's heart. Both reigned despite rejection and rebellion from others. Both were disappointed by the actions of those close to them. Joab for David, Peter for Jesus. Both wept on the Mount of Olives over the tragedies taking place in Jerusalem. Both defeated their enemies. David defeated Goliath and the nations, and Christ defeated sin and death. So David is one of the most well-known biblical figures. He's also a well-known historical figure. He's the author of most of the Psalms. He wrote some very prophetic and some very worshipful ones. And we know that he was not perfect, but he sought after God and God's heart, and he was a pretty good king. So what is the lesson from this breadcrumb of Jesus' great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather? Well, it's this. God can take a shepherd boy and make him king. And that man can make some very terrible mistakes, but still be a man after God's own heart. Just think about that when we question someone's faith and relationship with God in the midst of a terrible mistake. Think about that. And remember that God takes us from where we are, and he takes us to places we never thought we could go. He is remarkable. So may we go this week being prepared to go on a journey that God is going to take us on, and it's someplace remarkable. Grace and peace to you. God bless you. Have a great week.